Okay. Welcome everybody to game number 2 of DK versus CLG, our 5th of 6 best out of 2s for the International 2 group stage qualifiers, or not group stage qualifiers, group stages, I should say qualifiers. What the hell am I talking about, man? I don't know why that keeps on popping in my head. But yeah, we're in the thick of it right now. DK and CLG, number 2 and number 3 in that group A, really jockeying for position here. In game number 1, it was DK who looked very powerful. They go for the Morphling, they go for the hard carry who can scale ultra late, but they don't need to do it. They dominate all over the map. And there was just a point where DK, it felt like they put on the afterburners, they kicked it into the next gear, whatever you want to call it, and they just never looked back. What can CLG do this game? I was going to say maybe get their hands on pajkatt's Lycan, but that's not going to be an option.
But you were asking it for days, it felt like. You were asking in multiple games, will anybody just start banning that Morphling? Well, you gotta hear, pajkatt, oblige your wishes. Morphling is banned.
But there's an anti-mage.
But there's an anti-mage. See, that's a problem. That's a problem. You can ban one of his carry. DK's got 3 or 4 ready to go.
There's also a Lone Druid, which Burning has played in the past.
Yes. I mean, if you want to go back even further, there's Dragon Knight. There's even a Void. If a lineup fits for it, he could just go for it, no problem. He's a very versatile player, even though you see him play the same, Morphling or anti-mage all day long. It just fits the situation the best, and that's why they'll pick into it.
You know, the beauty of this for DK is if they do have pocket strats, they're not really having to reveal them in the group stages because their bread and butter is working. So why show them the hot spicy tuna when you just serve bread and butter and have everyone love it and have it work so well? DK on a good track right now, really taking their time with this final ban. I wonder what they're thinking about. Darkseer's in the pool, Prophet is banned. Invoker, pajkatt's Invoker of all Invokers is available. Some pretty big high impact heroes. What are they going to leave out there? What should they be leaving out there?
It's always a big.
Tinker.
Oh, there's a Tinker.
Are we going to see something more pushing oriented from DK?
Well, I mean, one of the most difficult thing to push against is the Darkseer. So, is it more annoying than Tinker? I think it might be, but they'd rather deal with the. I mean, again, Tinker. Whenever you see this hero, Darkseer. Whenever you see this hero, he just makes your pick now very restrictive. CLG's in a very good position where Rubik's out of the pool, they have Darkseer, they could wombo combo this up easily. Now, Lone Druid is one of the best heroes to deal with wombo combo because he's so tanky, it takes about 8 billion stuns to kill him. And to be honest, this bear will actually be just killing half of your team if you don't focus the bear as well. So it's an interesting quandary. Do you go for the wombo combo or you just take the Darkseer, be happy, and make sure you have good lane, make sure you have good ganks? We'll have to wait and see.
I'm not sure if you want to go wombo combo. There are lots of options in the pool. Enigma would probably be the number one, at least that comes to mind. I don't think you want to give Enigma away to DK. If that's what they want to pick up, you can go for the double Forge Spirits build, then you have your Lone Druid, you have your Enigma. Darkseer, yes, a good turtling hero, but he does need some levels, and that push from Enigma Lone Druid can come way before Darkseer really gets underway. They can knock down... You remember that game we saw yesterday from DK? They ran the Tinker, and they ran him very aggressively. They were sieging. They got all 6 outer towers in 22 minutes, and they did it with burning on an anti-mage. I wonder if we'll see something similar, at least attempted this game. It can be very hard to get grouped up for that push if you fall behind early, though. And who better to drive their opponents into a ditch from the beginning, from the word go, than Leshrac and Sand King. CLG get their hands on a massive wombo combo, but also some heroes that can gank well. I'm looking forward to a Surge Sand King. I'm looking forward to a Surge Leshrac. This is exciting stuff from CLG.
I'm really glad you brought up the point that, Tide's great, Ravage great, Black Hole's good, but it just takes too far long in the game to actually set it up. Whereas Leshrac, you can have it right at level 1. Sand King, you can have right at level 1. And they're only going to get better as you put more levels into it. And of course, you still get the wombo combo. Vacuum 5-man Burrow Strike, Vacuum 4-man Burrow Strike into Epicenter, just as good. Just as good. And here we go. CLG is pretty much set with the core strat. Now it's up to DK to answer back. Chen's going to be their pick. We've been seeing a lot of Chen, and to be honest, is it Morphling winning the games? Is it the Ravage that's winning the game? Or is it the junglers that's winning the game? I feel like a lot of team, they base it on Chen a lot of times. Early game push, give you pressure. The Chens we've been seeing today is mostly rushing to the mech, rushing to the level 6 for the Hand of God. It's more of a defensive style Chen, but you could always turn on the gas and go for a lot of ganks, a lot of push as well.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. It is more of the defensive Chen. We're not seeing the Chen that we saw, from I think when Navi was sort of at their most dominant earlier this year. It's such an aggressive way to play the hero, always diving towers, setting up lots of early kills. It's a different kind of Chen. It's made, and it's also, I would say, a Chen that's easier to execute and more reliable to execute. If you just farm and then you come and push, you come up with your core items. You don't have to have incredible micro, although these players do. You don't have to have an incredibly high early game impact, but you do so much for your team in the mid game. And you can do really nice things like send the bear back to base, heal it up quickly with the lone druid. There's some great combos there available to DK. If they ever get their hands on an Aegis, and they are in the dire squads, that's always going to be a consideration. You're looking at a lone druid who is going to be very, very hard to kill. This is so much defensive firepower because of the Chen Lone Druid combo. I wonder how CLG is going to try to punch through that. Are they just going to avoid the direct fights? Are they never going to let him get the good start? CM, oh
Wow.
man, so many nukes, so much aggression. This is not a bad way to deal with the Chen creeps. It's not a bad way to deal with Lone Druids. Bear Frostbite will be very powerful in this game, especially versus the Chen. But this hero does not scale really at all. Are they angling for a hard carry? And if so, could it be something like a Faceless Void? Could it be the Dragon Knight? Could it be the Juggernaut? What do you think CLG have their eyes on?
I think they're angling themselves. It's very similar towards Zenith's draft today when they pick, Queen of Pain, Leshrac as their kind of carry, and it's gonna be the anti-mage. Now, normally anti-mage does not match up well at all against the lone druid, but this anti-mage, don't be surprised it's gonna join with team and take the fight to the enemy team. If this is a game for Vanguard Vlads, it won't surprise me.
Yeah, that would be really helpful against the Chen creeps, against the Lone Druid, and I mentioned the Forge Spirits if that's the route DK want to take. Can Burning beat one of his classic heroes, the Anti-Mage? I mean, if anyone can do it, it's probably the guy who knows that hero the best. This is a pajkatt Anti-Mage though, and I'm excited, man. We're getting to see the two hard carries. It sounds boring, I know, to a lot of people stream, oh, boring lineups, all these standard heroes, Lone Druid being played by Burning, Anti-Mage played by pajkatt, all they're going to do is farm. Well, first of all, the supporting cast can be very aggressive in this game, but more importantly, this is a match of wills and farming ability between two of the premier carries in the world who've both been playing extremely well in this tournament. If you're not hyped for that, then I don't think you appreciate Dota, man. Let's introduce the players for the Dire Squad. It will be ROTK on his signature Windrunner, who had a very fast mech against the tri-lane in Game 1. Can he replicate that performance? We'll find out soon. Super going mid. He actually might be going for the Exhort build. He's got a lot of stats picked up, 2 sets of Tangos, Quas at level 1, but that's no surprise. Most Invokers go for that, whether it's Quas Exhort or whether it's Quas Wex. Zippo playing the Shadow Shaman. Looks like he will be on full support duty. Sentry Wards and Observers picked up long DD. Smoke for him. And Burning is going to be playing the Lone Druid, headed up towards the top lane. Where is that bear? It's bottom. Gonna be scouting things out for RTK.
Yes, sir. We saw the bear actually not only scout, it was blocking camps, it was pulling everything. It was even pulling the ancients for. I don't think DK Burning will take his bear away for that long, but it's doing his scout, it's doing his own job at least for now. Misery is gonna be playing the Sand King, so we are gonna be going for the fast arcane boots into a blink dagger. Lacoste gonna be, Miracle is gonna be playing Leshrac. Aki going to be playing a Crystal Maiden. It's so awkward to see an Aki not playing a jungler. They're trying to.
I know, right?
Yeah, and he's so good. Oh, look at the block! Oh, and now Miracle's going to come here. I love it. They trap in the bear. It's going to be an early kill. That's actually pretty big. Oh, sick block here. And as that bear is getting murdered, time to introduce Lacoste, who's going up top, and it's going to be pajkatt going mid. We talked about the mid lane here, but look at Aki's getting chased away here by ROTK, finding a haste. Aki's probably not going to die, but he's going to take a lot of damage.
Oh, man. pajkatt going mid. Unfortunately, doesn't get the perfect creep block. Super does on the side that I think is a little more difficult to creep block. So Super will have a slight advantage, can sit on the lower rim of the hill here, but pajkatt is going mid with backup, and this is not a fun lane for Invoker. Look at the damage. 4 slices, Invoker loses not so much mana, but a ton of HP. And this is going to be a very difficult lane for him. I think this is where you may just have to transition into the Wex build. Unless your team plans to give you a lot of backup, unless the Chen's going to get involved. because you need that move speed, you need access to Ghost Walk early, or you probably are going to give up a first blood.
Yeah, I mean, this lane's very reminiscent to the Lich anti-mage lanes, back 3-4 months ago. You keep denying, you keep harassing. A single Nova that comes from, by the way, really 1,000 AoE, 1,000 range, sorry. And anti-mage could just blink in and start breaking, mana breaking you, and you're gonna take a big damage. He is gonna be taking his cold snap, of course. And we'll see what his second point is. I completely agree with you. I think he needs his Wex points. Meanwhile, ROTK is going to be doing a little bit of ancient stacking, or ancient farming. He's really trying to farm at least that ancient Thunder Lizard. That's his name. Pretty long name indeed. But yeah, he's going to hit. He's got to try to get EXP this way. It's not the most efficient way to do it, but it's better than no EXP.
It reminds me of that game we saw of Demon as his offlane Rubik. He did exactly the same thing, and he actually stayed. He did about as well as you can in this situation when you can't farm the lane. And I would say he had a big impact that game. So RTK doing a similar thing. Will he have a similar impact? We'll have to wait to find out. But I like it for RTK. The nice thing about doing this, instead of going to the jungle or pulling, or even farming with long DD, which would be an option, is, well, first of all, you're not messing up the creep equilibrium top. Burning can farm a bit more easily. And I guess equally importantly, you're towards that bottom lane. So if they just try to punish you for rotating out by pushing, you can easily come in. The one thing I want to talk about is, what do you think about giving Sandking this farm instead of Leshrac? It seems like a lot of teams, Orange for example, they prefer to give the Leshrac the farm and have the Sandking as the support, but CLG are doing it, they're flipping it around. They're giving Misery the farm, and it is Misery Sandking, pretty potent hero for him to have. But what are your thoughts on giving Sandking versus Leshrac the farm?
I think in most other situations, I like to see Leshrac getting the farm. I feel like, with the Aegis, with a very, very strong Bloodstone as well, he's a great Hexspire in the late game. I feel like he just angles himself, ironically, as an intelligence hero, towards the late game a little bit better. But when you have a Darkseer vacuuming, I think it's a different story. You want the quick Blink Dagger. You also want to have a very reliable initiation. Who is actually going to initiate for you, aside from the Darkseer in this game? Sandking with the Blink gives you that, and gives it you... I mean, you're basically...
Mid-lane. They go in again on Super. Oh, no Sentry Wards. I thought they might have an opportunity
And
there.
you talked about this, right? Going that Wex point early, despite not really getting the Wex item build. It's so important to get it to survive.
Yeah, the question is, how badly do they want this first blood? Are they going to think about buying a pair of Sentry Wards, or is this just harassment? I think they might. I don't know. It's a lot to invest, and you're not really guaranteed to get the kill. But Super is just going to sit here and Ghost Walk. Free experience for him. And if they don't... Oh, here comes a Tornado in from long DE. How to win your lane 101. Dominate a Wildkin, send the Tornado mid, and look at pajkatt. Between the Ghost Walk and the Tornado slow, he is getting completely zoned out.
Yeah, and he can't really tank the Tornado either, because Cold Snap could be easily dropped on him, and you're suddenly taking a lot of slow, a lot of stun. I think I've seen First Blood just being claimed easily like that, Tornado and Cold Snap. But for now, it is a Ring of Health being picked up here on pajkatt. 24 CS here on the Lone Druid that we haven't talked too much about. Level 5 on Burning. Meanwhile, how's the costing? He's 3.5, not too bad.
If we're going to see a Naked Relic, this may even surpass the timing that they were going to have on the side of CLG when Misery played it. It's Bernie, man. I would not be surprised if he goes for Midas. The man loves his gold. Above all else, he loves his gold.
Yeah, but one thing I see about Burning is that he likes lane control quite a bit, which Midas doesn't give you too much. If he gets a quick phase, it really allows him to chase Lacoste off the lane. We'll see exactly what he's going to do. He's got to resummon that bear, or, well... just tank it. That's cool.
Oh, you can't. It's on cooldown.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. Oh, the big stomp from the back here. Lone DD doing some work. Where's the Surge? Big test of faith and the Ether Shock for the kill. Burning, paying the heavy price, tanking the tower for a bit, but he'll take that for his team. And now the bear is going to get summoned. I think this tower is going to go down.
Darkseer normally so hard to kill, but with perfect chain stun with the Shadow Shaman support, Shackles is an amazing ability to have when you're in these... bottom lane. Kill happens on RTK. Big dive. Sandking Leshrac. This dual lane. Middle lane as well. Super. Frostbitten in place. Ghost Walk Invoke. No mana to use it. pajkatt knows it. He wants this kill. 2 more chops. He'll have it. But he's dropping low. Blinks away. He will survive.
Man.
So DK, they get a kill top, but there is the trade bottom on the part of CLG. They get a kill, and that means the Sand King having a very good time. Leshrac got the last hit, but Bottle boots up. If he rushes a Blink Dagger, it's not too far off. If he wants Arcane Boots, he's just about got them.
Yeah, I think he is going to... Well, it depends on the player. I think some player just likes to go for the straight blink. I think for the most part though, the arcane it's a little bit better. Sure, you can go for the blink epicenter combo very early, but the epicenter is doesn't do that much damage considering that's only level 1. And certainly you can't really chase relentlessly if you don't have that arcane boot provide more burrow strike and more mana for blinks. So I assume it's going to be a arcane boots, but it could definitely be a different one.
Yeah, I mean, I expect it will be as well, and I believe that is what Misery does. We've seen Hani, I think, is the most notable player who loves to rush blink, but I believe Misery is not one of those players. DD picked up by pajkatt. This will definitely help the last hitting. So far, I gotta say, everything looking pretty good. I want to take another look at Burning. Tranquil Boots were the choice, 1,600 gold. If you want to get Tranquil Boots, they're such a cheap investment, and they give you a lot. Really helps your lane sustainability. If you want to rush Relic, I think this is the one item you definitely want to get first. Not just basic boots, because I think the HP regen is so important to deal with any harassment. But there is no harassment because Lacoste is tired of that top lane. He's going to go jungle.
Yeah, I mean, most players, when they're having a struggling time on the top lane, they're like, yeah, okay, tier 1 went down. Now it's time to farm. Burning says, no, I'll keep harassing you. And Syllabear is one of the best in business to do that, at least for now. Burning not pick up the bear, the boots on the bear just yet. He is really just going to go for the big rush now, I think, at this point. Once Triangle Boot's going to be keeping his HP high, and of course, the plus 80 movement speed, that's pretty big as well when it comes down to surviving that game. This is the difference that we saw Misery did not do. Misery just went for the straight rush, and he got it, but he just got ganked so many times in between, and after picking up the rail like that, it ultimately wasn't really a rush.
Yeah, 2k gold already for him. The question is, what is pajkatt getting? 600 gold in the bank. He is really slipping behind. 13 CS back. Here comes Misery, level 7. This should be enough to finally get this kill. Epicenter, they really want super. Cold Snap, not in time, but it might be in time to cause Misery to die. No, he should be okay. They do invest they invest a decent amount there. The Epicenter, and I think more importantly, the time spent roaming mid. But they get the kill, and that's something they need. Long DD shows up mid. He's going to try and get the experience, maximizing their efficiency. ROTK is still farming these Ancients, and he's finally going to kill the Ancient Big Thunder Lizard. He's almost level 5. He's getting a lot accomplished for barely being in the lane.
Man, we're just learning every single name here for these Ancients here. Looking for the 8-minute route. It is going to be Illusion, some more Ancient creeping. We'll see in a bit. It's getting close to the tower. It's the creep equilibrium on the bot lane, so you can actually go for a couple of last hits. And it's pretty of a chill lane. Here's one of the downside about solo mid or dueling mid anti-mage. Because there's a lot more harassment in the mid lane, and you're walking up a hill here. Shackle not gonna hit. Where's the blocks? Oh, power shot missed cleanly, but Burrow Strike's gonna hit. No epicenter here, and that's gonna be the.
How much would you love to have your epi there? Because there was no stuns. They already used Shackle. They used the Cold Snap and then Invoke Tornado. That might have been a double, but unfortunately, it had already been used.
ROTK finally denying that tower. Pretty key deny. Unfortunately here for CLG, can't really take advantage of that. Lacoste on the bot lane as well, perhaps setting up a gank. Well, the surprise factor is now gone, considering that Misery has an Iron Shot on them. So I'm not really sure what CLG is going for. They're not really catching up in farm. 43 to Burning 61. I think they're falling behind.
Do you know what the world record in competitive games is for like a non-naked Radiance Rush? Because he's getting, I mean, this has to be close. 63 CS in 9 minutes, 7 CS or so a minute, and I believe it's all pretty much lane creep. So 7 for 8 or so, the average for him. The Relic is maybe only a minute or 2 away at the rate Bird is going. This is frankly, it's disgusting.
Right, I mean, the last time we saw him do this, he was getting at least 2 or 3 tower last hits. This game, he's just on point with every single last hit in lane. He even got his bear kill, remember, in the beginning of the game, that between the forest traps of Leshrac and Sanking. So, it's not like he's doing it freely. He's got people harassing him here and there.
Definitely. Just such a passive start to the game right now. The bear doing so much to just aggravate the enemy team, scouting everything out. You have to smoke if you want to gank Burning, because he will not fail to scout to micro that bear properly. And you really don't need it in lane when your lane's otherwise empty. We're seeing the difference right now between when Misery is playing the Lone Druid and when Burning is more active with scouting with the bear, preventing the ganks coming on him. Also, the difference from CLG's perspective, not using smoke to set those ganks up. pajkatt, they really want to kill Burning. They know how important it is to get him now. But this will not be easy because DK, they protect their carry. They're leaving 3 heroes here. He's not on an island. Frostbite, ROTK may be the prize. Shackle onto Ake, wind run away. Pajkatt in some trouble. Edict being tanked by the bear. Burrow strike on 2. Big Burrow strike, anti-mage ult. Pajkatt claims that one. Now long DD, looking for Miracle. They will get him. There's still an epicenter. Pajkatt claims the double. The lone druid still alive. Burning the big prize has not been claimed, but all the supports getting massacred. Oh, it's a triple for Pajkatt. Oh my goodness. Well, he might not have been farming before, but a big catch-up for him now. Misery entangled. Burrow strike away. Burning. Will he be able to get this kill? It looks like he will. There's the auto attack. It goes to Super, a double for him. But the Pajkatt triple, they'll definitely take that.
And that's what a farmed Sand King gives you, aside from a farmless Shrek. The ability to go in, start tanking him a lot, initiating repeated Burrow Strike. Burrow Strike is such an easy to aim spell. Don't want to take anything away from Misery here, but those Burrow Strike, they are effective stuns all the freaking time. Meanwhile, though, look at the immediate response from DK. They just lost a triple kill to Anti-Mage. Unfazed, drops ward on the mid lane, says, yeah, we'll claim this tower, no problem.
And that's a relic for the lone druid. 11 and a half minutes in. So much. Just so much so fast. And with this tower going down, that means the Radiance is maybe only a minute away. Pajkatt blinks in. He won Zippo. But Hex up, turned into a chicken. It's the big combo on the other two. Chen and Boker melted down. CLG, we said they need to be aggressive pretty early. Set kills up with the Sand King Leshrac. Man, are they doing it or what?
Yeah, man, that was vacuum Burrow Strike onto a blind space, which was where the vacuum was. Split up to follow, epicenter. That's what we call a wombo combo. Unfortunately, CLG only got 2. They're going to be looking for a little bit more as that vacuum gets more and more level being placed into him. But burning 700 gold after the relic has been picked up.
Yeah, they've been giving up those left, right, and center, and yet they're still ahead in terms of gold by about 2k as a team. RTK, sort of Light of Heaven-esque, just not leaving this bottom lane, getting a lot of farm on himself. We're going to see a mech pretty early. He's also got Arcane Boots, which will really help the team out here. A lot of utility for him. As for Misery, he's getting close to the Blink Dagger, and I believe he is going to rush it now. He's just too close not to. He also has a bottle and a wand, so that helps deal with any mana issues. You're still up against the EMP, Tornado, Invoker. It could become a problem, but if he's got wand charges, if he dodges the EMP, any of the above, he will be fine. And an early Blink, we've already seen the power of their combo, but this gives them more ganking power with that long-range Blink stun.
So Battlefield is going to be finished about the same time that Radiance is. I can't really say that either carry has a little bit more advantage. Of course, a triple kill on Pajkatt definitely helped him catch up. I think he was a little bit behind, but now it's basically even. You know, Battlefield or Radiance, who do you think will allow to propel the carries farm further?
I think it's pretty close in terms of who will farm equally. I will say the one thing is Lone Druid can do more to knock down towers, at least directly in terms of damaging them. He's also a little bit tankier, so he's more likely to be able to contribute in the team fights. But I would say they farm about equally.
Yeah, in opposition is Anti-Mage. He will be able to farm jungle a little bit quicker. He's a little bit more mobile. He can even farm enemies jungle. Late game, he could pressure tower by pushing creep wave instead of actually hitting towers. But right now, DK, they're being smoke ganking. This is why knocking this tier 1 tower in the mid lane is so important. It allows them to be aggressive when they need to be an Aki. Uh-oh. Well, they're going to run into a Darkseer wall. They got to kill Aki quick. Lacoste says, not this time. I won't back you up. I'm going to back up myself.
That CM is just so tasty for DK, so easy to pick off. They're not going to try and defend that.
Yeah, Misery on the middle. I wonder if DK is going to push. They got to be, one thing they have to be having in the back of their mind is that vacuum epicenter combo. They ate that combo once. They really need a pipe. They really need the mech, and they don't have either, to be honest.
I don't think they liked how it tasted. I'm not so sure they're going to eat it again.
Yeah. Well, you know, CLG is going to be serving it, whether they like it or not, so...
I love the analogy, man. Like a fine wine, we're getting better with age, or in this case, fatigue. And here we go, top lane. Super. One thing we have not discussed is the potential for Alacrity to make this bear absolutely insane as far as pushing and damage dealing goes. There's no points in Exort. I expect to see one soon. The Radiance recipe on the courier. It should be delivered. There you go. Onto the bear it goes. And in comes the Surge. Misery in position with his Blink Dagger. Will we see a big Blink in? Yes, he finds Zippo. Blink in to start it off, but Shackle on 2 by ROTK. Miracle falls. Oh my god, that Shackle just ruined the fight. And now CLG, they have to run. Misery hooks it out of there. He might escape to the head detection. There's your power shot. The Radiance Burn starting to do damage. Super has rotated mid to slow down pajkatt. Pajkatt does not want to fight, but it's still Misery running away. Burning wants to track him down. There is a TP. The blink will not work. The Radiance is stopping it. The chase continues, slowly burning him down. Power shot as well. There you go. The TP out. He's gonna make it. He's gonna make it. He escapes. Oh my god.
And not only did he escape, he just wasted 3 players' time. Oh my god, that was a sick play. Perhaps it was a little bit greedy here for Burning and his team actually go for it. Or it was, and of course a little bit of hindsight, they should have gotten dust. I mean, there's a Sanking, that's a farming Sanking no less. Should have had detection, but you know, that's fine. Burning says, I'll TP on the bot lane, continue farming. He's already got 900 gold in the bank after picking up the Radiance. Of course, the tower goal helping out a little bit. Super barely making out, getting out of that vacuum AoE. The face of it, of course, very helpful. But the Force Staff is going to be done. They have a lot more ways to deal with this Darkseer. And also, we saw how much focus they went on the Darkseer. Darkseer got shackled up, Shackle shot up, and immediately Zippo shackled him up as well. Blink in here from Anti-Mage. Blink Burrow Strike. Oh, Super's in big trouble. Ghost Walk? No Ghost Walk. Vacuum. And that's going to be a double for sure. Super goes down. Zippo has no chance of another Shackle. Who are they going to focus? It's going to be on Misery. Misery, it's a hit. He's going to go down as well. Miracle's going to go down. Double from Burning. Man, the carries in this game are getting a lot of kills.
RTK's Windrunner is absolutely insane in this game. Multiple 2-hero shackle shots, and every time he gets a 2-hero shackle, it is a double, but it's not for CLG like we expect. It's a double for DK, and every time this team gets a hero, that means the towers are gonna fall. The tower just being mauled to death by the bear, and now the Spear Bear decides it feels like helping, but no, they get Darkseer in the back line. DK just finding the openings here and really punishing CLG. Anti-Mage does the correct thing. Pajkatt, we've seen it before so many times for Burning, and we've seen it from Pajkatt as well. If you get the battlefield up quick enough, you can try and split push. I don't like what he's doing now, which is farming the jungle. He needs to be in a lane, pressuring towers, or else DK are happy to let him farm. They will give it away to him. Absolutely no problem. He heads back mid to defend the push. Even if he does split push, though, it's just not going to be as fast.
It really isn't. I was checking his item, checking his inventory, checking his carrier. Where are those Manta recipes? He has nothing. Blink Epicenter, that's huge. Oh no, Chen just dies. No Hand of God. Crystal Maiden getting into AoE business. Burning's gonna go down. What a big win here for CLG. Zippo, oh, he's gonna drop his wards, but will it be enough? Tornado sends everyone in the air. Focus fire being dropped from the ward, but not gonna be enough. And where's Anti-Mage? Anti-Mage surged up. No, that was just Misery being surged up. That was a huge win. Again, it shows you that CLG has some wombo combo potential. And if DK ever lets up, whew, that meal is going to be served over and over again.
Oh my god, this Sand King. I mean, I've been gushing over the Windrunner play, but the epicenters have been fantastic. The escape earlier from Misery, Blinking Breath Strike is going to miss middle lane, but look at the aggression. EMP Tornado just to harass him a little bit. Misery will lose all his mana. TP in from Windrunner. That fight was huge. Now all the lanes heavily in their favor. You know what DK was going to do next, which is go straight into the Roshan pit.
Right.
Because they win that fight, they prevent it.
Yep, Anti-Mage with Calling Blade picked up, going to be putting more pressure on this tier 2. And this is what you talked about. Should not be in the jungle, should be pushing aggressively, splitting up DK. Don't allow them to join together. Don't allow Burning to have room to free farm. You should be on the aggressive. When they are split up, that means your Sanking could go for pickoffs. Epicenter could easily pick off any single hero. Super, I think he was trying to save for a Yule Scepter for the longest time, but finally finished the Force Staff instead. For now though, Burning, farm check. 1700 gold, no really big item being added to his bear either. Anti-Mage? Nah, he's just got his Jasha.
They're neck and neck. They're neck and neck though if you look at net worth. So even right now. You know, I'm not sure DK can let this go late. It's just so much spammable lockdown. The Wombo combo is insane and they have a Darkseer, but they do get some great initiation. Wow. Support Shadow Shaman. Can anyone else get these faster blink daggers than DK? Zippo gets one. So early.
And
this
Zippo's
could be
been dying so many times too.
It's the tower gold, and it's also 40 CS on a support. Look at that. Compare this to the CM on CLG, 12 on Ake. Sure, he's been getting his wards down. He's doing his job, but he's not getting anything in comparison.
I'm so sad that CM's always on the butt end of those jokes. Look at CM's got no farm. Well, of course she's a CM. Come on. Oh man, is CM my favorite hero? Not getting it done, as always.
Oh, shit.
Of course, DK knows their tier 1, tier 2 is going to be pushed down. They want to trade that. It's a big price. 2 tower for Roshan. Now Anti-Mage is blinking. Anti-Mage has an ultimate orb in his stash. And look at the mad dash up. It's actually DK burning TPing, putting his body. He's not afraid. Tornado's going to pick up a couple hero in there. They got to focus on the Darkseer. He's the biggest. Oh, cold snap. Vacuum. No vacuum. Look at burning. He's just running in, trying to drive people off. That was a good kill. Good chasing kill against the Darkseer.
They also defend the tier 2, which might be the more important thing to come out of that fight. Darkseer takes a fall. He's going for a mech. A rather underfarmed Darkseer. When you see a support Shadow Shame with a Blink Dagger, then you see a Darkseer doesn't even have a mech. 74 CS on him, but unfortunately he's 0-4, dying a lot. The Shadow Shame in 2, 3, and 5 having a much bigger impact, at least in terms of not dying. Blink in, middle lane, and pajkatt held in place. EMP, Shackle to a creep. pajkatt will go down. And you can have a Battle Fury, but if they pick you off, you are not tanky enough to live through that.
And Zippo, just the first time he's using that Blink Dagger, he hits big, and now the push for the tier 2. Alright, how careful will DK be about this push? Last couple of times they ate big AoE ultimate. Chen's got to stay far back for his Hand of God, but still close enough for the mech. That's a difficult part. Playing against, you can see that right now. Miracle's coming in from the top. Where's the Darkseer? Darkseer's right here. He's surged up. He's running in. No, he's running back out. Tier 2 tower has been destroyed. And is DK really going for more? Blinking Hex. They find Lacoste. The Shackle's after, but there's no focus. Team 5 breaking out right here. Looks like the bear is going to get resummoned again. Misery gets focus. Oh, Cold Snap plus Radiance. He's burrow striking right back out. Meanwhile, though, Zipple's back. Vacuum back where Chen needs to get out. Oh, Zippo is going to get paid off by, Crystal, mother effing maiden. Meanwhile, though, we have our TK duking out with a couple guys. Misery still in the middle of everything. Spirit's gonna miss. He really wants Misery. No entangle. Misery still alive for the longest time. The burn of the Radiance finally we're going through. Yes, that chase was forever. Meanwhile, though, here comes Anti-Mage. He's right-clicking. Well, not really on any of the heroes. Crystal Maiden's gonna get Radiance burned down. There's a Frostbite on the Spear Bear and a Nova as well. Force-up on the Bear! Entangles. No, Crystal Maiden's gonna die to the burn as well. This Radiance burn is just chasing so much. And pajkatt, well, he's creepy.
I actually thought pajkatt could have made a go on either the Chen or the Windrunner, but he just didn't want to. pajkatt man down at the end. The lone druid being played by Burning. He did not man down. He charged in. Of course, having the Aegis makes it a little bit easier to do so. Hyperstone picked up on him. Assault Cuirass is coming, and it's coming fast.
Yep, meanwhile, we are just about 1,200 gold here from pajkatt finishing his Mantis Owl. And how important Mantis Owl would be here for him. Gives you the Entangle, or pops you out of the Entangle, but doesn't do anything for you for the Blink Hex. Zippo is just having really good initiation. The one on Lacoste earlier was not followed up, and he really paid for it. But the next time, if DK is aware, if they can follow up, the Blink Hex is actually the most important weapon. This level 9 Shadow Shaman is the thorn on CLG side right now.
The Blink is so powerful. The Blink in Hex, I mean, not just to pick off the Anti-Mage, but anyone you kill off. CLG rely on having their full complement of heroes to win a team fight. And if you can disrupt that flow, if you can prevent them from grouping up, whether it's Lacoste, Misery, even the support CM, she does contribute in these fights. So whoever you pick off, it's really going to make a difference. DK smoked up, thinking about bottom lane. No, they're going to rotate back mid. They have so much range on their initiation. Oh, it's going to be Misery in a lot of trouble if this tornado is going to hit. Are they going to initiate with it? I hear a surge. It is a surge away from an angry mob of centaurs coming in for the big backstab of pajkatt, solo killing ROTK up top lane. Sorry we missed that. I'm guessing you didn't catch it, but either way, no big deal. Yeah, Windrunner just ended up dying to pajkatt. I didn't even see it myself, but he has farmed. It could be expected. RTK, actually, he's got 2,900 gold. All the supports on DK. So much items. Blink in, Hex again, and this is going to be a huge pick-off. Miracle will go down here with the backstab from Lacoste. Where's that vacuum? Where's that wall? Vacuum on a couple. Epicenter on everyone. Misery. He's doing it. He brings down Zippo. Burning, though, still very tanky. No, he doesn't bring down Zippo. Zippo's still alive. Is Zippo really going to live through this? No, he finally goes down. pajkatt in the back line. Huge CM ultimate. Killed off one. Super runs. Sent back to base. And now it's Burning pretty much on an island here, trying to fight against everyone by himself. Will it be enough? Will he be able to survive? It looks like he can run away. Will pajkatt give chase? pajkatt will not. He just wants to farm.
Maybe Misery will. The buyback from Misery. Burrow Strike and Blink is going to hit. Nice body blocking here. The bear not being micro properly. These Scents are blocking the bear a little bit as well. I don't know if he called this a chase or a run to home. Burning is just going the same direction. I guess a chase. No, it's going to back out. The courier flying in, delivering a play mail. Oh, Lacoste is back. Of course, disjointed is the shackle shot now. Misery will be fine, but everybody's chasing in. Greatest Escape Part 2. No TP scroll like you mentioned. The power shot will clean up the trees. They do guess properly, and Misery. Oh, just kidding. Just kidding.
Whack-a-mole, man. It's whack-a-mole. Round number 20. Misery, even if they find him, he is wasting so much time. Bottom is being farmed, mid is being farmed, CLG being very efficient. Shackle shot is going to latch, and this should do him in. Finally, but Jesus Christ. Oh no, he's not done yet. He's still running. He's dodging the Centaur. Sandstorm cooling down. Oh my God, Misery. Kill the man! For the love of God, kill the man! Finally, they do it. That was at least 8 hero minutes invested. That was a 2-minute chase or so, maybe a minute and a half for 4 heroes. Goodness gracious, Misery. Even when he's dying, he makes it exciting.
But critically, strategically, that death is a lot. Remember, he died in the previous team fight. He bought back, and he died again. If DK realizes that, and it seems like they do, they will just barrel down mid. All their ultimates are ready. You gotta also keep in mind that DK fought that one previously without ROTK. Now he's joined the fight. He will have pipe being flown to him. As that frog courier, man, that frog courier has been flying around whole day. But here we go, Burning leading the charge, still has that Aegis Mortal for how long? For about 3-4 minutes or so. But look at Miracle. What is Miracle trying to backstab? He's gonna be trying to finish. He does have his Bloodstone, but he doesn't have time to disable.
No alacrity. I really feel it would help, but maybe they don't need it. The Centaurs and the Bears, all the animals together, vacuum into the wall. They have to back now. They do get the Rex. Now Burning, looking for Ake with the bear. He really just wants to back out. I don't think they want to fight this. Everyone's alive. Surgeon, Burrow Strike to start it off. Are they going to go for a full engage? pajkatt in the middle of everyone. But where is his backup? pajkatt's caught. Epic chainsaw. There's your epicenter. Misery stops moving for a second. Immediate buyback. Burning gets one. He wants more. Double kill already for him, in fact. Wants Miracle 2. There's your Burrow Strike through. Hits on 3. Misery. Massive epicenter. Even bigger Burrow Strike, but Shackle not going to last. DK just too manly, just too tanky, just too much bear at this point. CLG can't deal with it, man.
And that was their entire combo, the vacuum wall epicenter. I'm surprised that DK's backing off with no ultimates. Maybe they're just feeling that the age is running out very soon. It's just better off to go back, farm, push out the bot lane, and just camp the Roshan. They're going for the safe win. They already have 1 racks up. And the anti-mage, she was farming very well early. I just don't think he's keeping up anymore after all these staff, and he also had to buy back right about now. You can see net worth is slowly pulling open, slowly pulling further and further away. And you also have to mind that CLG's mostly has been giving all the farm to pajkatt. Meanwhile, on the dire side, you were talking about Windrunner with the pipe finish. We were talking about Zippo with the blink dagger. DK Burning. It's not for Protect 1. He's sharing some of the farm. Meanwhile, pajkatt eating for a bigger ratio of the farm, and he's just not being as effective.
Well, it's just Anti-Mage also needing more items to fully contribute in these fights. The one way he can really contribute is if he blinks in, is on top of multiple heroes, and gets his Manta style off and instantly assassinates a few, hits a big Mana Void, but he just hasn't found the right openings. DK, their positioning has been good, their decision making has been good, and they have the utility items, the Blink Dagger on the Shadow Shaman, the Force Staff, the Wex on the Invoker, and the Wind Run, as well as the Force Staff on ROTK. To be able to avoid those massive ultimates. We saw it, what was it, yesterday, where there was just the time bomb effect?
Yeah.
No, it was earlier today with the Storm Spear, but we're not seeing that, even though there are heroes who can be time bombs. Not 1,000 health ones, 1,000 mana on Super, 900 or so on Zippo. These are a lot of heroes, and 1,200 long. A lot of heroes who could really hurt if there's a big Mana Void, but they're not finding it.
Right, it's hard to Mana Void when everybody has a Force Staff. There's so many Arcane Boots, right? ROTK has Arcane Boots. It's a small thing, but when you see Anti-Mage coming in, those Arcane Boots, they fly out and they keep popping. And suddenly, everybody has relatively high mana to cast their spells, or just not to be suffered by a big Mana Void. Roshan, it's back. It's back right about now, and I bet you that Lone Druid is going to be taking it quite easily if there's nobody stopping them.
How scary is it that he never had to use that Aegis? Seriously, Demon Edge up on the Bear. He's going to have an MKB to work with pretty soon. I mean, it could even be a Daedalus, but I believe it will be an MKB. And that mini stun will be nice to help cancel the Epicenter if the Radiance isn't already enough to deal with the Blink Dagger. That'll be another big source of damage as well. Invis Rune will be claimed by someone. Super picks it up. They really want to contest this. They have an amazing team to fight around the pit, but they're going to be too late if they don't go right now. Look how fast Roshan is dying. This will be dead in about 8 seconds. If you ran a stopwatch there, maybe 10 seconds total.
Oh, Jesus. TK looking for those shackles. Search out here from Lacoste. Yeah, they should not fight over this anymore. Oh, Miracle, don't get caught. That bear's moving so fast. One hit and tango proc, perhaps. Of course, Miracle gets one hit and tango. He's done. And now the big push will join on the bot lane. Miracle's pinging. He's unhappy. Oh, what an unfortunate proc here. And DK, they'll just keep going now.
Why stop? You have Bernie, you have a massive bear. He's almost got the MKB, not that he needs it. In they go, Bernie in the front lines. This is the power of Lone Druid. He doesn't stand back like Anti-Mage. He doesn't have to wait for the right moment. Huge epicenter. Misery catching everybody. But actually it only hits on 2 and the Chen completely cancels it. Burning. Look at the damage. And with the nice ult on Zippo, but just not finding enough damage to even kill him off. Pajkatt runs away. It's a massacre. This bear is on a rampage. Oh my god, they cannot stop it. He will keep on going until he claims all your racks. He is hungry. He cannot be fed enough. Get the honey. Get anything to satiate this bear's appetite. He will not stop until he gets that rack. Shackle shot onto Misery. Not actually going to latch. Driving him back. DK almost found camp at this point. Burning, just chilling there and watching while his bear does all the work. What a glorious sight it is if you're the lone druid player right now. Oh my god, this anti-mage, cold snap, Shackle will latch through the Manta style and the split earth, the deafening blast. Pajkatt will live. Pajkatt lives with 100 health, but they've already lost 2 ranks. Misery will fall, and that's got to be it. DK, too much at this point. It's too much. They can barely handle it.
When your epicenter and your anti-mage blinks and mantas up, all focus on Zippo, and he survives and blinks out. Something is wrong. Zippo, Shadow Shaman support is farming, and he can't be killed. Here comes Miracle, but hey, one proc and tango. Just look at how quickly he dies. Crystal Maiden trying to fight that man's fight, but well, very unfortunate for her. Here comes a big vacuum again. At this point right now, CLG's fighting for pride, but they're just not going to get enough. There you go, a mana void with exclamation mark on that one, but it's not going to be enough. DK Burning can easily focus out on the racks. Let's see when he decides to do so. Well, nobody here. Okay, I'll focus on the racks. Even, of course, you're talking to Alacrity. Look at how quickly Pajkatt is just baiting. He's just baiting, but it's not enough. Oh, the Raxes are gone. Everybody's dead. GG's called. DK unstoppable. They're unstoppable.
2-0 for DK. The 2 Chinese teams now firmly on top of Group A. That's going to put them at 9-3. They did drop a couple of matches, but overall, DK looking incredibly solid in this series. And they don't just beat anyone. They beat a CLG team that looked very strong on day 1. For CLG, I believe this drops them to 6-6. They start off 6-0 on day 1. They're now 0-6 on day 2. Oh man. What a turn of events. Thank God for them that they had such a good start. I just want to point out at the end of the game, Bernie is 12-1-14. The overall kill score for DK, 29.
Yep. Involved in 26 kills as a lone druid. Not that he's ganking a lot. You can see that DK, his entire team plays around Bernie. That's how he plays. Nobody fights until lone druid joins the fight. And when he's a big pop-up bear in the fight, well, everybody else be running. And that's going to do it for this game.